that go forward. So before I went out to go do human things, not yesterday, earlier today, because I was streaming earlier today playing Tarkov, I decided to look into Ubisoft's earning report because. For those who don't know, earnings reports are when they need to report how well they did in a certain quarter, and it wasn't great. So they definitely admit, and I can actually back this up if you don't want to listen. This is 21 minutes,
A short notice.
and it with not trying to be mean, but with the accent a little hard to understand. I had to listen through it like twice. Uh, let's see. So of course, your typical game, Siege and X Defiant did well. No shit, right? X Defiant did well. I do remember this. Some people played it, but it seems like it kind of fell off. I'm not gonna talk about that in here. Let me double check to make sure this is correct. This is quarter one. 3 months ended June 30. Okay. This is a little outdated then. So Rainbow Six Siege, of course, it's Siege. Of course, it's always gonna do well. That's fine and dandy. Apparently, though, where is it? Yes, it was this one. Yeah, September 25th. There was a earnings call about that time. They had to change Shadows to release next year. I don't know if that's gonna fix it though. They put so much money into it. What are you possibly gonna fix? You're gonna rewrite the whole fucking story over some people getting angry, and me included. It's like, guys, you can't trust Lockley on that one. Just saying. Especially since he only used one information source, which was, if I remember right, just the history of who was Yasuke's owner. I'm sorry to word it that way, but history owner. Or oh my god, I need to look this shit up. Just because I'm having a brain fart. Nobunaga. Oda Nobunaga. There we go. I don't know why I had such a huge brain fart. Yeah. Even some of his descendants say that he was related. However, we can't find any history to back that up. They might have claimed him to be a retainer, might have been a samurai. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't seem likely because there were even some other people that we can kind here in the West. We can call them that, but I don't think the Japanese are going to call them that. That's just how it is. Uh, as an Asian myself, just not Japanese. I'm Filipino. Uh, back in the day, they're kind of very unpleasant when it came to other ethnicities. Just yeah, I should do a look into some other previous history of the Philippines, but it is what it is. I live here in the U.S. You can tell by my accent. I'm from California, so I don't have really a reason to look into it other than just genuine curiosity. We're departing from traditional season pass model. All players will be able to enjoy the game at the same time on February 14. Those who pre-order the game will be granted the first expansion for free. My God, maybe I hope this is just a sign coming that season passes are fucking done. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of the FOMO because in the end, if we don't own the game and that game can go away, hold up, soda pop. If we don't own the game, then what's the point of playing it? We come back 10 years later, this shit's gone. Big sippies. Despite solid ratings on Metacritic, that's stupid. User scores across first-party Epic stores reflect an immersive and authentic Star Wars universe, Star Wars Outlaws, initial sales, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Kind of. It's nice to just look at Star Wars. Looks so basic. Looking at Vera play it, Dark Titan Media, Vera Dark. Uh, Even I'm just watching it. There is a reason why I was able to play Tarkov on the side, and Tarkov is a very mentally draining game when you're really trying hard, even against the bots, because those guys have reflexes of a fucking cat. Um, if I'm able to pay attention to something while playing Tarkov, whatever I'm watching is not appealing. It's easy to follow, and I kind of like some complexity in my stories. See Metal Gear Solid because that shit is wild. And I still remember a lot of Metal Gear Solid. I don't know how to say that name. Yves Guillemot, uh, French. Co-founder and chief executive officer said, "Our second quarter performance fell short of our expectations." Yeah, no shit. Prompting us to address this swiftly and firmly with an even greater focus on player-centric gameplay-first approach and an unwavering commitment to long-term value of our brands. Okay, hold up, but that hurts my brain because a lot of shit you've done recently, it's so formulaic. You can just estimate everything that comes your way. Like I stopped most through Far Cry 6. I probably only have like 10 hours into it, and that game is so long because all right, my issue. I would say stealth slowing shit down does not really add anything to gameplay time. If I could just speed run it. If you want to be perfectionist, sure. I guess because the games are kind of centered around stealth builds. Same with Assassin's Creed. You don't want to run and gun that one, or say run and sword that one. But it just pads playtime and it feels mind numbing. That's how come it made some of the stupid runs in Phantom Pain funny, where it's stealth, but you're like aggressively stealthy. Oh, that's vehicle, because it's like living next to a busy street. Although the tangible benefits of the company's transformation are taking longer than anticipated to materialize, we will keep on our strategy, focusing on two key verticals: open world adventures and games as a service. I'm stupid. Games as a service native experiences with the objective to drive growth, recurrence, and robust free cash flow generation in our business. So, is it not player centric? I get that businesses have to make money, but the games you've been pushing out, games that a lot of companies have been pushing out, Stony, making fucking Concord, who else? Who the hell made Dustborn? Want to bring that shit up again? Who are these games for? Because they don't seem like they have pocket money. I've been unemployed for like a month, and I'm pretty sure I have more money than those games have made. It's fucking weird. So I don't know who's paying for these fucking games unless they're just financial schemes. It mind-boggling as shit. In the light of recent change, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, I don't know why, but hearing the words greater efficiency seems to bother me. Are they just going to be? Are are we just plugging and playing formula shit now? As a result, beyond the first important short-term actions undertaken, the executive committee, under the supervision of the board of directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player-centric approach and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher-performing model to the benefit of our stakeholders and shareholders. So, okay, so they finally realized that having players having games that players want to buy is good, because who else is gonna buy your product? Because it's certainly not the quote modern audience, whichever the fuck that means. Even though you can assume furry PNG that I would fall under the quote modern audience, but no, there's a reason why I'm playing shit like Saints Row 2, right? And that was vulgar as fuck. I like the hell out of that game. Like the hell out of Tarkov, and then you literally have character lines that are like, "You fucking pussy," right? That shit's great. I don't know what the fuck kind of lukewarm edge Dustborn and Concord and you know I don't get who these games are for, especially since why is it in Star Wars Outlaws you're an outlaw but you have to be morally good still? That's stealing is shit unless you're trying to do the whole steal from the rich bullshit, right? But then how come you can't just allow the player to just steal from everyone? You're supposed to be an outlaw. Why the fuck can you only steal from certain groups and you can't steal from the poor? Finally, shut up. Finally, let me address some of the polarized comments around Ubisoft lately. Yeah, no shit. I want to reaffirm that we are a entertainment first company. Yeah, could have fooled me. Could have fooled me with that one. creating games for the broadest possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. Like I just said, could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. I'm gonna keep saying it. Could have fooled me. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. Yeah, it sounds like the quote modern audience. That's who you're trying to enjoy. But guess what? Where are they? Where are they? I can't wait till they have a change in management. Like, there's a theory going around that the reason why Sony had such a bad thing going on with Concord was that Concord was in development for so long because someone else okayed it, and then now that that person's gone, we're starting to see the repercussions of what he did. So I'm expecting more games from Sony to just be complete and utter garbage. There's a reason why I'm sticking with games from the East, MiHoYo games. They actually, for me, are a lot of fun. And I don't know who they're catering for. Well, in Zenless, I know who the hell they're catering for. Ben, Lycon. I know who they're catering for. However, I don't know who the shit these are catering for right here. Who? Ubisoft, Sony. What are they trying to make these games for? They're whoever wants these games, I don't know what to say about you. Definitely not pleasant. It's not that bad either, but it's definitely kind of making the if you're making the average game lately feel pretty bad. I don't want to play them. If I want a time sink at this point, I'm not playing Star Wars Outlaws. You know what I'd rather do? I'd rather lift weights for 3 hours. I'd get as much energy. I would actually gain energy from that. You know what? Playing Outlaws or something? Nope. I'm losing energy. Also, the background music. This just prove a point. I have Genshin up because I'm gonna do my dailies in a bit. But I don't know who these games are for anymore. No one's asking for some of these. Like, I remember watching the Sony State of Play, or whatever the fuck you call that. I get, maybe I'm just, I don't know, violent? That's not a great way to put it, but, you know me, I live here in California, I live in the US, I like guns. I don't have access to many guns. I have one AR-15 and one revolver. That's all I got. But I like guns. A lot of these games that are coming out do not appeal to me. It seems like the whole Sony State of Play was supposed to be around Concord, but they had to do some butcher job to remove that shit last minute. Seems completely pointless. There's one specific line here
second quarter fell short. So
that bothered the hell out of
me. The current trend continues. Thank you very much.
Where is it?
You're welcome. Please stand by for 12 months.
What are the covenants on your debts and how much headroom you actually have with respect to those covenants? Thank you.
Not this one. I think it's towards the end. Might have been the last question asked.
See if you're on mute, David.
Yeah, it was this guy. Where is it?
Yes, thank you. Hi, I wanted to ask about the Assassin's Creed Shadow movement. Two questions on it. One, does the shift from the Christmas and holiday season, do you expect that to impact unit sales? And any color you can provide on the incremental development costs to get the game ready? Thank you.
And I just want to preface this by saying that investors probably aren't aware of how the game industry works, because remember, investors kind of just throw money at something, and they as somebody who used to day trade, they kind of pay attention to it, but not really. I'm not going to learn, just because I invested in Caterpillar that one time doesn't mean I'm going to go look up all their fucking products, okay? However, you would think that with, games are a luxury, you really don't need them. You would think that towards a season where we like to spend shit, you would have more profit on said items. But they moved it to the end, so I'm not trying to be mean to him. It's kind of a stupid question. Of course it's going to hurt it. The only games that wouldn't hurt is like Call of Duty. Even then, I'm pretty sure it still hurt it. Just not as bad. Let's see. If I remember right. It's like
yes,
a 20 million.
Let's
see.
Expectations during this financial year on Shadow.
Yeah, I bet.
Now the excess of cost will be around 20 million.
20 million. Yep.
But of course, on the lifetime expectation, the potential is obviously intact, if not bigger, as we really want to deliver an outstanding quality.
Okay. I didn't mean to mute it. I don't understand. So, at what point in the game development stage did they ever think that maybe that this was a bad idea? You were kind of shit on Japanese culture pretty fucking bad. And especially since the whole issue with that, I'm gonna be real. I'm not good with Hitori Gate, that's something else. Damage reward. Let's just see. Let's see. Oh. I hear my dog barking at something that she wants to chew alive. I'll be back. Alright, that was one hell of a thought derailment. Family's home. Yeah, at this stage, Ubisoft might as well scrap Assassin's Creed Shadow entirely and put up a for sale sign, as it's hard to imagine one of the futures they get same Victor from here. Ubisoft is slated for an online period to this year's Tokyo Game Show, but due to various circumstances, the French company abruptly canceled their plans at the last minute. Well, it could be... Nope, go away. It could be that they didn't... It's just so hard to defend them. Do you guys just not have some kind of... Like, as much as we love to play the whole, like, diversity, equity, inclusiveness, how come you don't seem to have anybody in your team that understands the symbolism in for the culture that you're making the game in? Right? Like, I'm not crazy to think that. It's kind of like, I like Resident Evil 4, right? My buddy also likes Resident Evil 4. There's a difference, though. He understands Spanish. I do not. Here's another problem. The game, the Spanish is Spaniard Spanish. My friend knows Mexican Spanish. He was born in the US, raised in Mexico. Stuff like cogelo means something very different in Spain Spanish than it does in Mexican Spanish. Capcom should have looked that up. However, you should look this shit up too. Whenever you're gonna use symbolism or something, for the love of God, look up what it means and learn it before you put it in, before you make a giant fucking mistake. The game is mired in controversy over blatant cultural appropriation. Oh my god. But, yeah, just long story short. Oh, yeah, look, very. But, when you're going to use symbolism, please understand what it means behind it. And if you're going to use language, make sure you know what it's going to mean before you throw it in there. Because if I didn't say it already, cogelo in Spanish, Spaniard Spanish is get him. Sure. In Mexican Spanish, as I've been told, that means fuck 'em. That makes Resident Evil a different type of horror game. And that one I don't think I could say on Twitch. Yeah. So, for the love of God, all they needed to do was just look up some of this. Because they obviously know what the name of that thing is. I didn't know the name of that thing until I looked it up because how bad they fucked up. So they obviously know the name of this. Also, I know about the whole One Piece katana situation, where they took a katana from One Piece and ended up using that and saying it was authentic. Guys, look up your weapons, right? I'm saying this as a gun guy. For the love of Christ, look up the weapons you're planning to use and make sure they're authentic if you want to say that it's historical. It's kind of stupid, too. I don't want to get into the Yasuke thing, because that one's definitely going to cause some fire. But if you want to say that it's based on historical accuracy or anything like that, you need to adjust some of the things, because you can't just kind of conform. You can't say it's right when it isn't, unless you want to change the facts retroactively, which we all fucking know that some of these people are doing lately. But it's not. I'm not gonna go fight a war on that one. That's not what I'm here to do. I got enough wars going on at home. Trying to find new work. But this is just mind-blowing to me. Because who in their right mind? We like to always have these consultants for everything. And I could have sworn that there was a comment on Asmongold video. Someone is saying that during Watch Dogs Legion development, they had to, every single thing that they wanted to do had to be reported to go through the proper channels to make sure it was okay. But do you not have that process for this kind of thing? Or is the person in that pipeline fucking stupid? I don't know. That bothers the shit out of me. Like, I like how we like to say that, oh, they want to be culturally sensitive, but they're very selective of what they're sensitive about. And also, why are we having lukewarm edginess and all this shit, too? It's like, Dustborn was problematic as hell, because it's like, really, words trigger people, huh? That's the thing, words trigger people? Well, yeah, that's a lot coming from people that say that words are violence. But also, I'm pretty sure when she says buzz off, that is nowhere near as impactful as I said fuck off. Right? That's not just me. And they also think the words are violence, but it's like, I don't think these people have ever been punched in their life. And I'm saying that as someone that actually got punched multiple times. Welcome to the American public school system, by the way. Yeah, if you didn't get punched at least once, even by a homie, you're definitely quiet, or you probably didn't have friends. What that game considers to be violent is just not. My God, I feel like I get more edge from my nephews. I get more my nephews can probably write a better story than that. And one of them is like a sophomore in high school. And he does game development. He's doing game development robotics, which shit, I wish I had that shit when I was in high school. I did Autoshop 4 years. Or 3 years, actually. And 2 years in Spanish. Guess what I don't know, though? Fucking Spanish. But, oh my God. It's myself an aneurysm vibe.